Hello, welcome to a tutorial on GitHub for Windows. I will not be making a PowerPoint for this because this series is just to tell you about how GitHub works and how to make it fast and how to make it basically work to your standards. GitHub is a area where you can share source code. Other people can view it, other people can pull your information, they can edit it, they can post it back to you. You don't have to accept it, but if you do accept it, it's then migrated with your code. They basically hope to modify it. Basically, it's a very good network. Basically, it's pretty social because people can work together and build different things and then bring all their content together with what they build. But usually, everything with Git used to be all command line, but GitHub has created an application called GitHub for Windows that can actually, it can basically do all the code for behind you with the command line behind the scenes. You don't see what's happening. You have a nice graphical user interface. It's actually kind of Windows Metro-ish, but that's fine. I'll show you where to download it. You have to go to GitHub, press GitHub for Windows, and then you can download it here. Okay, so how to get everything working? Well, that's the question for everybody. So you're going to go to GitHub. You're going to download your hold on. Okay, there we go. You're going to log in. You're going to create your account. When you first run it, it'll ask for your user details. Just put your username and password. That's basically about done. So now is the question that everybody likes asking, and it's like, how do we create a repo and how do we get it published? Well, there's two ways. You can make a local repo and you can make a GitHub repo. We'll first start with the GitHub. So we're going to go to create one. Okay, so now we're going to create the name of one. This is how we'll be adding most of the tutorial features of where people can get their source code. It will all be in a repository, and they can just clone it with GitHub and they can keep up to date with it. Very nice feature of GitHub. When you open it, it updates your stuff with whatever's on GitHub. So if you're following somebody's code, then they make an update, well, you have it. Okay, so we're going to name the repository. This is just going to be HTML tutorial source code. Okay, and the description will just be source code for HTML beginner series. Well, just HTML series, I guess. It's not too beginnerish. Okay, so it's going to automatically put in the GitHub folder found in your documents, and you can push to GitHub. We're going to do that for sure. We cannot keep code private. We don't have a paid account. You might. If you do, you can use this if you don't want nobody else seeing your code. An account, blah 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 blah. So we're going to press create. Okay, so now this repo has been created, but it's not too much live yet because, well, if we go to GitHub right now, if we go back here, we right click, view on GitHub, we're not going to see anything. It's going to say quick setup. Well, you have to set this up before we can do anything with it. So what we're going to do is we're going to go back down here. We're going to press on this little cool blue arrow and it says open this repo. Now what you see here is two files that are in the directory of where your stuff is at. So documents is where everything is stored with GitHub HTML source code. Okay, so now this is where our Git is, and here's these two files here. Now none of this is live yet because we need to commit it, so we're going to commit this by initial setup. Okay, and we don't have to put anything there, but then we're just going to commit this. So we're going to press commit, and then if we go back, right click, view on GitHub. Actually, first we got to publish that. So press the blue arrow, publish. Now it's going to publish all these two files on a GitHub where the whole world can see. Pretty cool. Okay, so this has been synced to GitHub. So now if we refresh this page, you're going to see that we have fun stuff right here. We got what was on our computer just right here in these documents is now right here. Pretty cool. Now a README we can add. It's not going to do anything. Well, I mean, it does do some stuff. I'm just gonna make this real quick. So just hold on. Okay. And source for HTML. We're just gonna keep it like that for now. And then we're just gonna put created readme .md. Okay. So this is how you do this. And we're going, you can put it a description if you want, but that's not necessary. We're going to just commit this file. So you can have a little bit of readme here for what's going on with your project. Now, we got this cool stuff here done, so now why don't we go update our project. So we're going to go to refresh. Actually, hold on. We gotta sync this. There we go. Okay, so it's gonna get the information from there. It's gonna basically what's doing is getting all the files that are there, seeing what is different, and then it's going to show us that we have our source. Okay, so created readme.md. That's what it found, and now that's what should also be here in this folder. It should have added it, and it did. Readme.md. Awesome. So that's basically how GitHub works there. Now we can actually create a really fast file. I'm just going to go here, right click, new, text document, rename, and we're just going to name this index.html. Yep. And then we're going to open it, and we're just going to create something really fast so you can see basically what this does. We'll get into these programs I'm using here later on and other HTML tutorials. Okay, so now we're going to just do our I mean, this works with any kind of coding language. I mean, not what I'm doing right now, but I mean, when you add these files, this kind of stuff will just show up when you submit it. Okay, so title, test page, and then we're going to add our body, and then we're going to add our paragraph, just for now, and then we'll say, hello, this is on GitHub. Okay, and then we can get rid of that little space, and we also can get rid of this, and we also can get rid of this, and we also can make this an H1. There we go. So save it. That is saved. Okay, so now we can go to GitHub, and we can go back, and we can view it actually. Okay. Now, oh, well, look right here. We got a file that we changed, we added. We better commit that now. So to commit this, we just have to type in a message. So what did we do? We added index.html. Okay, that's it. Commit. Okay, that's done. It's syncing as we speak. Well, actually, no. I mean, we've got to press the syncing button. Sorry about that. And right now it's syncing. Basically, see, it's uploading that index.html file. So here when it's done, I'll show you. There we go. It's added. So now we go here, update. There's index.html. Okay, so it says it's not all that amazing. I mean, it's not going to actually show you H1. I mean, it's actually going to show you code. It's not going to decrypt it. I mean, it's not going to like display code. It's just, that made no sense. It's not going to actually display what you'd see in a browser. Like if I were to do this. It won't do that. It's just going to display your actual code. So people can look at your code. Oh, well, look, that might not be why that's working, and then they will compare it, and they can actually read off of this, and they can actually just clone it, pull, and they can basically work off of your project. Okay, so now this is on GitHub. No, not really. This here's on GitHub. So we don't need that anymore. Now, if you go to your account now, you're going to see that we have that repo we just added. You can see it here again. Okay, so now on GitHub, we added this, so that's all done. Now we can also go back if we really wanted to. We could do this. We could actually, might still be open. Okay, so now we're gonna say this is updated as of and the time is 3:08. Just to throw that in there so you know that's going to update, we're going to save it. Now we're going to open up GitHub. We're going to go here. And, oh, whoa, look at what we did here. We seen that we added a line. Now this is pretty cool how it just picks this up. We open it right back up and it compared what was happened before and what I just did. It's pretty fast. It's pretty cool. So we're gonna commit and we're gonna say updated index.html. Okay, and now we're going to sync. And we're gonna wait for it to finish thinking. But as you can see over here, our commits have been, our commits have been synced. Now they have. So now we can go here, refresh. If we go click on index, we're going to see, oh, this is updated as of 308. It's now 309, so that was when we actually edited the HTML file. And you can edit it in browser, just like this. Pretty cool. You're not at your computer and you still want to do some coding. Look here. You can do it. Okay, you can even update it here. You did all that information, but we're just gonna cancel. Okay, so you can also see your commits, what you have done to your project, and you can browse the code that you did. Well, the code here. You also can do private, well, not really private, offline repos, and you just got to go here, go to repository, go add, and we're not going to push it. Okay, desktop repo, and we're not going to push it to GitHub because right now this is offline. We don't want to do anything with it, but you can. So now, yeah, now we can push. We're just going to keep it all the same, push, and then we're going to say and now we're just going to do the initial setup, and now it has to publish. Now that was all offline, now it's going online. So if you want to do something with your project and you're offline, you can do it just like this. It works pretty good. And now we go here, back to our main site, main thing, and we can go to repos, and desktop repo, we just added it. Doesn't look too fancy. Okay, so later on I'll go through more tutorials on what else you can do with GitHub because it's a very versatile program. Okay, so thanks, and come back for part 2, I guess I could say. Yes, part 2. Alright. Thanks for watching.